Hello, I'm Mike Miller. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for checking out the videos that I do. This video is going to concern the general literature of America during the colonial period, the first period. And so, hope you enjoy this. And kinds of writing back then, sermons were a major kind of writing. Some preachers traveled around and gave their sermons or lectures, and then sometimes people took notes of certain sermons. And so we had that plus promotional tracts, I guess, about real estate and things like that. There was so much development going on. The poetry was mainly didactic, meant to teach lessons and things like that, mainly religious poetry. There were the diaries and journals, and some of these people, like Samuel Sewall, he kept a diary for a long time, and he was one of the judges in the witchcraft trials, the Salem witchcraft trials, and he later in life felt bad that he had sent 19 people to death. Toward the end of his life, he apologized to the community up there or something. He had a statement read at church, I think, regarding that. And so Increase Mather and Cotton Mather being the son, this was 1663 through 1724, he wrote about the trial of Bridget Bishop. And he was a very religious person, and he felt that the Bible insinuated or implied that we should kill witches. He also wrote The Wonders of the Invisible World as kind of an interesting work. And then his dad, Increase, and Cotton Mather both preached at the same, what became the Unitarian Church, where Ralph Waldo Emerson later preached. Emerson was the third preacher there, I think. And so also in this colonial period we had Jonathan Edwards. He was a very precocious kid and graduated from Yale at age 17, ultimately became the president of Princeton. But he wrote his personal narratives and his feelings about God and sinfulness, and that we have an unconscious reliance on God, he felt. Sinners in the Hand of an Angry God is one of his works. And they believed that the grace of God was the only way to go to heaven. So, excusez-moi. I turned that big note thing over. And then Edward Taylor is another writer of this period. He lived from 1645 through 1729, and he was a metaphysical writer in many ways, used symbolism, and he wrote upon a spider, and it just, he could see a relationship between man and God with the spider and the fly. And Anne Bradstreet was a writer of this period, and she wrote a lot of short poems, and many that were quoted quite regularly. Evidently she really had a way with words. They're very enjoyable to read. She died in 1672. Her father had been a Puritan. She wrote a poem to her husband after he passed away, and she's a noted writer of the period. Now, as the colonial period begins to end, we have kind of a return to a classical era with Ben Franklin, and so much conflict going on in Europe with the French Revolution going on at about the same time as the American Revolution, I think, pretty close. And Thomas Paine was a very convincing guy that really, he wrote in a moving style, you know, and he wrote Common Sense. Let's see. The Rights of Man. Okay, Common Sense was his first one. He published as a pamphlet, and it really sold all over Europe. It was very popular, and a lot of people wanted to read it. And he really was doing okay financially until later in life, and ultimately died in New York City, penniless evidently. But he wrote The Rights of Man, which give us some of the civil rights that we currently have, actually, at the Age of Reason. And so Ben Franklin, of course, is famous for his autobiography and his journals that he wrote. He went under the pen name of Poor Richard, writing these for his nephew as ways to be successful in life. And he was kind of a rags to riches story, Franklin was, and owned a printing press and traveled internationally a lot. I think he was our ambassador to France. And so thanks so much for watching these, and with the next show I'm going to do more of the neoclassical writers and get into Nathaniel Hawthorne and Edgar Allan Poe and some people like that. So thanks so much for watching.